So quickly, the time ticks by. There seem to be so many possible versions of what it could be. Anything more to say on it from your position? It is sometimes difficult for a human being to understand that life is not what he or she lives on the soil of the earth. Since time immemorial, you have been conditioned to understand this, to understand that, to react in such and such a way, etc. The bridge, as we have spoken of in great depth, is becoming more apparent and obvious within your heart space. It is a crossing over from one state of being to another. It is there, awaiting all those who choose to cross, and yet there shall be many that prefer for now to remain on the side that they are familiar with. For it is so that many souls feel uncomfortable with much that is unfamiliar and prefer to stay within their comfort zone. However, as more turmoil and transparency come to light, there will be great awakenings in numbers en masse. And this, dearest souls, is where you come in. You have been put in such a moral, mental, and spiritual conditioning that you have totally lost the knowledge of who you really are. But know that all of this was wanted and greatly desired by your religious leaders, and by all those who wish to lead you and to have a hold on humanity. The conditioning that you have been put through has caused everything you should have understood about life to be erased from your minds, and you have been led throughout the generations to believe that life is only about working to survive. This conditioning has turned you, we would say, into human robots. You have been told for millennia that you were little humans without consciousness, that you had to work to get food, but that this work was done by humans who kept you in a kind of moral and physical prison. Your forefathers, who you were, obeyed these orders, and humans were content to live or even survive without questioning the validity of these directives. The years that you have undergone much understanding of self shall be your anchor. For there shall be much that shakes even the strongest of the strong to the core. All that you have gained in knowledge and trust within the self shall be the guiding beacon for so many that have no idea what is transpiring. Many, so very many, have remained in their pocket of comfort, and even when hearing of possibilities that concern and upset the psyche, they chose to shut it off. This is not something that one should judge or feel the need to reprimand. We would say the opposite. You are here to help these lost souls. You are here to guide them to the bridge, lighting the way with every step. Your heart's light will attract these souls as moths to a flame, and they shall be able to feel the trust. It took millennia for you to finally understand that something was wrong with your lives. Many of you have wanted to better understand the meaning of life, and now you have arrived at the great change. This great change, even if it does not seem to exist, is the one that is leading you to understand yourself. To understand that everything that had been inculcated in you for thousands of years was only lies. Only directives intended to benefit certain humans for their desire for power. Finally, you are able to revolt against what has been happening on Earth within humanity for the last 3 years. You have experienced confinements intended to study your docility to the directives of your governments, which, of course, are not in love, but are filled with a great desire for power over humanity. You have experienced the obligation to receive injections which, we remind you, have only been and will only be done to better manipulate you and make you super robots. For trust shall be something that one has lost all faith in. For all that is to be revealed will confuse many. For they have trusted that which they thought had their back, and yet it will be proven to be the exact opposite. Therefore, to know who to turn to will be felt. Yet, much patience by those who are already aware of the bridge shall be required. There will be a time of great anger by many. No one likes to be lied to, let alone on the scale that is to be presented, and once again we say, proven. Be gentle, so very gentle, with these souls, for much healing will be needed within their being. Will all souls cross this bridge? In their own time? Yes. Okay, not sure why the link isn't fully connected today. Yet, in order to offer our weekly something, many of you have understood the manipulations of which you have been victims. We say victims for some of you who have accepted this out of fear of being punished in one way or another, etc. But other humans have refused these injections and have, yes, been punished, but they have trusted life and have more or less come through. Know that when you are in confidence, life does not abandon you, life supports you. This does not mean that everything becomes rosy as you say, but the events of your life are much less difficult than they could have been. The confidence that you are acquiring in the face of all these events that you have been experiencing for the last 3 years of your earthly time will propel you towards what we often speak of. That is to say, the new earth, the one that will lead you in the wake of peace, of serenity within you by dint of understanding that you are, each one of you, the only one to make of your life happiness, joy, peace and serenity. During this new year, you will be pushed to go deeper into your inner self because this year could be turbulent, very turbulent for some of you. Indeed, those humans who do not understand what is happening, who do not understand that true life is within them, and not only the directives of your government leaders and other power-hungry people. These humans will sink more and more into the restrictions of the third dimension and will remain in sadness, in malaise,